Hello everyone, welcome back to another another reaction video, and today we're gonna react to Throw Out Your Nightlight before this happens. But I don't really have one, so I think I'm safe. I mean technically, but anything can be a nightlight. It's Halloween. Halloween actually. How she says Halloween. Like Jessie V.
Hey guys, it's Jessie V, and today I am a good witch. I really try to be most days, actually. This color pink reminds me of like Glinda the Good Witch from Wizard of Oz. Channeling Glinda today, everybody. So in today's video, we're gonna be talking about nightlights, which probably sounds super random, but tell me if you guys agree with this statement. When I was a kid, I actually found it more scary to have a nightlight in my room than to just have it pitch black. Something about a little glowing light in the corner of my room freaked me out. But I'm also really weird. So we're gonna be talking about some history of them. We're gonna be talking about some very scary stories. You know, the usual. But before we get started, I just want to give you another handmade jewelry update. I've been making so many of them lately. I have made some very spooky ones. I have these coffin necklaces, which are so cool because they actually open up and reveal a skeleton inside. And they have these gorgeous like emerald green crystals going up the chain. And these are probably some of my favorites that I've made ever. Because how cool is it to carry a little cute skeleton in a coffin around your neck? And then I also made some creepy ghostly portrait necklaces. So two of them are actually skeletons and the other two are just normal, but they all remind me of like a creepy Victorian house. Like these are the portraits you would see in a haunted house. So there's only 4 of the coffin necklaces.
I mean, they do look pretty cool.
And 2 of each style of the portrait necklaces. And if you would like to own one of my handmade pieces, all you have to do is go over to the Whimsy Wonders Instagram account and you'll find a link there to purchase them. But anyways, let's talk about nightlights. A nightlight is a small light fixture placed for comfort or convenience in dark areas. People usually use nightlights for the sense of security or to relieve fear
of the dark, but there are some ads now. I get it, of the dark.
Dark, especially in young children. Now obviously they are also used for safety to avoid obstacles like stairs, tripping over things. I mean, when you're trying to walk around in the dark, it's kind of easier to have a nightlight. So yeah, nightlights are functional. And obviously back in the day before the invention of nightlights, they would use a candle on a candle holder. And in 1915, they literally called those candles nightlights. It wasn't until the 1940s that the modern style of nightlight was invented, like ones that you would literally plug into the wall. And all the pictures that I've seen of vintage nightlights have like an orange glow to them. And also a lot of the vintage nightlights have some very strange designs and styles. Like I saw something that looked like a light was coming out of a well. There were also a lot of clown style ones. And I don't know about you, but if I woke up in the middle of the night, I don't think I'd want to see like a glowing clown face in my room, but that's just me. I saw this dog one with glowing red eyes. I saw one that was literally the face of like a yawning baby. And there's actually...
Ugh, that's creepy. That one looks creepy. I don't know if I should just continue on. Yes, I may should. Because this is, I don't know what kind of part, because there have many parts of this series. So let's just continue.
So many modern baby face ones that are absolutely terrifying but kind of cool at the same time. So I wanted to move on to this theory that I found online. It's called nightlights attract monsters, because a lot of people use them to like get the monsters away, but I read somewhere they attract them. This article is talking about certain monsters and ghosts that kids fear during the nighttime hours. Maybe it's a monster under your bed, maybe it's a monster in your closet, or one of those shadows in the corner of your room that you're not sure is a ghost or like a pile of your dirty laundry. Well, this person was saying that monsters love fear, right? They feed off fear. I mean, why else would they be monsters choosing to scare kids, right?
That's
so
true.
They say that if they love fear, they're going to want to go to the person who would be the most scared, right? So they are actually attracted to rooms with night lights because they assume the person must be afraid of the dark already. So night lights are like beacons to them, a sign it's the perfect bedroom to haunt. So I read this article and it kind of freaked me out even as an adult, so I just had to bring it up in this video.
That's
but I also want to mention
I
that's
got
only
my lucky
one
charm.
person's like creepy opinion. And if you
Exactly.
personally like to use a nightlight and it gives you comfort, please keep doing that. Especially if you're using it to like find the way to the bathroom at night. The last thing I want is you to go to your parents and be like, Jessie told me no more night.
Jessie told me no more light because monsters are attracted by light.
And then like you fall down the stairs. So don't do that, please. But
No.
isn't it interesting how we all associate light with being protected from like evil things? I heard somewhere
Yes.
that using a nightlight with a red glow is actually healthier for your sleep, because apparently having any sort of light source in your room doesn't allow you to fall into a deep sleep, which is what we need as humans. But if it's red, your body doesn't recognize it as much, which is interesting. I just don't know how I would feel about having like a red glow in my room. Like, imagine waking up from a nightmare and like you have this creepy red like aura in your room. I remember when I was
like,
a kid,
oh,
I
no.
used to have this rectangular nightlight that looked like a fish tank, and there would be these like fake fish like swimming around inside of it. It was actually really, really cool. But there was this one night that I woke up from a nightmare and I looked over at my nightlight and it was slightly flickering and the fish inside of it were glitching. So they used to swim like all around it like this, but this particular night it was glitching and the fish would be like duh, 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 and like glitching, swimming back and forth, and I was so scared. I called my mom in and she had to remove the nightlight, and I never used it again just because my fish were glitching. All right, I want to talk about a pretty creepy nightlight story.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. It's haunted. Like, why would the fish go back and forth even if they were real? I mean, I don't know fishology, but that good of fish, I don't know much of fish people. What do fish do? But I'm sure they don't go back and forth for no reason, especially if they're being like, you know, taken by hunted by a shark. Or, I mean, ever. I don't think they go back and forth. So I don't know. I think this is the problem. I think it was haunted.
It's called The Porcelain Doll Light. The story is about a woman who went to an antique shop and bought an old porcelain doll head that was turned into a nightlight. So it wasn't one that directly plugged into a wall, it was one that would kind of like sit on your nightstand. And the owner of this antique store said that the doll head was probably from the 1920s. But she liked to collect very strange things, so she was excited to bring it home to add to her bedroom decor. This girl sounds a lot like me. When she got home and inspected it a little bit more, she saw that there was this engraving at the bottom of the hairline at the back of the neck, and the engraving read, Isabel's doll, 1921 to 1928. Now, she wasn't quite sure what that meant. Was it because this doll used to belong to a little girl who passed away? Maybe she died in 1928? Or did it just mean that this doll belonged to a girl from this time to this time, and maybe she got too old for it? But it sounded more like it might have been a memorial piece for her. That
Oh no, the doll's haunted by her. No. How many things are haunted in this world? Oh no. Oh no. No. We continue on
As
this.
she was reading a book in bed, she heard a high-pitched creaking sound, almost like a door was opening. But she looked around her room and noticed that nothing was wrong. Her door was still closed, nothing was out of place. So she kept reading, but the sound happened again. This time she looked directly beside her on her nightstand and saw that the doll head had completely turned to face directly towards her. So I guess the creaking sound was the doll's neck moving, which is terrifying. She got a little spooked and decided to face the doll away from her bed so she could sleep. And that night around 2 a.m. she woke up to another strange sound. It almost sounded like whimpering, so right away she thought that maybe her dog was hurt. But as she looked around the room, she saw that her dog was sleeping peacefully on the floor. So she looked at her nightstand and the doll was still facing the other way, but as she inched closer to it, she heard the whimpering get louder and louder, almost like a child crying. So she freaked out and went to unplug the nightlight, but it actually fell off her nightstand and cracked on the floor. So the doll head was split open, and sitting inside the doll head was an old photograph of a little girl. It looked like it was...
No more revolting for you, little Kuma. Time to be purified. That's what remembers me of stuff breaking. Just break the thing to house. Then be like, no more evil doing for you. I mean, maybe? I don't know.
Taken in the early 1900s, and the second she saw the girl's face, her heart stopped because it looked exactly like the doll's face. And that's how the story ended. And guess what I did after I read this story? I ordered one for myself. I found this creepy website where they were selling like nightlight doll heads like this, and I bought one. So when I get it, I'm gonna unbox it over on my vlog channel. I'm kind of scared, but I'm kind of excited as well. And the last story I want to talk about is actually kind of a sad one. It's called A Friendly Hello. This is a sad story about a boy who had a best friend who unfortunately passed away. His name was Adam, and one day Adam's mom called this boy and asked him if he would want any of Adam's stuff. So she brought some boxes over, and as he was looking through it, he saw one of Adam's old race car nightlights. Now, Adam had this race car nightlight in his room for probably about 9 years. So every time he was over at Adam's house having a sleepover, he would see it glowing in the corner of his room. So for some reason, he felt this attachment to this race car nightlight and decided to keep it. The first night, he plugged it in the wall and went to bed, and he got this very strange feeling. He felt like someone was watching him or was in the room with him. And it wasn't like a scary feeling or anything, it was just a feeling that he was aware of. He thought of his friend Adam, and in that moment, the nightlight flickered on the wall. It was almost as if Adam was saying hello to him.
Well, that is actually sad. At least now you got your friend there. I guess you got a friend.
And from that night forward, it would happen.
Sorry about that.
Light would even flicker at various times of the day because it was always plugged in. And whenever he saw it flicker, he would feel that comforting presence in the room. And this is actually a true story, apparently. So it's definitely a sad story, but also kind of like a good feeling story. But comment down below if someone passed away and you had their nightlight for some reason, which sounds a little bit weird. Would you be comforted by seeing it flicker and like knowing they were there with you? I don't know. I think I'd be kind of freaked out. Anyways,
Me too, but I'll be also
nightlight stories are going to be telling you today. To be honest, there's not a lot of scary nightlight stories you can find online because at the end of the day, it's just a nightlight, you know? And if you have one, definitely don't like be freaked out from this video. Nightlights are good. They're for your safety. They're for your comfort. You guys know I like to just take something normal and like give it a slight creepy side. Anyway, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
And also hope you enjoyed this video with nightlights, just like she said. And hopefully I didn't scare you too much. Or she didn't scare you too much. But I don't think so. So, right, it's 25th. We have 6 more days. We have 6 more days till Halloween is coming. So be sure to watch the video and at the, you know, at the 31st, 3 a.m. Yes. I have some testing to do. Goodbye.